Hello. It is December 18th and it is about 2:15 in the afternoon and we're already losing light. Approaching the shortest day of the year. That's in just a couple of days, a few days. It's been a very quiet in many ways day today because I've been writing our annual Christmas letter and I've attached that to about 1 million emails and sent it out especially to our US friends. And I mean, I tend to underestimate how much time that takes to sort of compose the letter itself and find all the best pictures where we are shown to our advantage. Just kidding. So that took a few hours actually, but it's another thing that I've been able to cross off my list. I'm a little concerned of how fast the days are going, to be honest, because I mean, still so much left to do. And today I am going to wrap the rest of my Christmas presents. I was up until way past midnight to start the wrapping. And yeah, still a lot to do there. And I am also hoping to be able to start to brew. I'm not really sure what to call it because, I mean, it's neither a beer or an ale or a lager or anything like that, but it is kind of a non-alcoholic ale, I would say. Not an expert, by the way, just, putting that out there. In case there are like beer and ale aficionados watching this. Sorry about my lack of knowledge in the area. But the thing is, I don't make this every year, but I try to make it, maybe every other year or something like that. Just to kind of keep keep me from forgetting how to do it, basically. So it is my mother's recipe. There are as many recipes for this as there are Norwegians. So, but I'm using my mother's recipe, but I am kind of making a little tweak this year. Very exciting for me. So basically what you do is you boil water and sugar, and then you put in kind of, I think you actually call it wort beer. It's, it's disgusting to drink as it is. Can't bear the taste, but when it's been brewed, it's fantastic. And this year I'm also putting in some ginger beer to make it a little fresher, and then a little yeast, and this will sit for a little while, like in room temperature, and then I am putting it into the downstairs fridge to cool, and it will take about 5 days to be ready. And by that time it's been, obviously the yeast helps, so it's carbonated. And it's kind of it's hard to explain, but it's refreshing because of it's carbonated, so it's refreshing and yet sweet. And it's a very particular taste. I can't explain it, but it goes really well with the kind of heavy Norwegian Christmas food. So that's why I want to make it this year. And as I said, I have a lot of wrapping to do. But before I do any of those things, I wanted to just have a short little walk just to get out of the house, really. In the somewhat daylight anyway. Just to kind of refresh my spirits a little bit after sitting by the computer for a couple of hours. So I decided to bring you with me, feeling very self-conscious in the daylight with you on my phone on a camera stick. But, you know, trying to get over that kind of what will they think mentality. And just letting loose, really. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually I'm going to change hands because I'm getting tired. So yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the day. I'm going to make the start of the ale and wrap the rest of the Christmas presents. But then the big thing to do after that is figure out what I'm going to do with the Christmas present for my brother. Now, I discovered yesterday that my elder sister actually watches this channel. I had no idea. Hey, Astrid. So I have to be careful what I say here, but her presents have not been discussed on this channel, so I hope it's all good. And you know, she knows not to tell my brother, but it is. He wants new inlane soles or linings for his Canadian boots. I've talked about it before. I had thought that to get some like wool felt and try to sew the linings from that. Apparently that's very hard to come by. The kind that I was hoping to find anyway. I've been calling a couple of local like fabric shops and even the factory in Lillehammer was about 45 minutes from here. And they said that the best option that they could offer was to use like a heavy wool fabric. So classic like fabric that you can use for coats and national costumes, etc. And I kind of had a route around in my stash, and I have some fabric that I inherited, I guess you could say, from my late mother, and she had a pretty sizable fabric and yarn stash. And so I swiped a bit of the wool from her stash, and there's kind of this very like heavy wool in that I thought, I mean, it's not going to be as sturdy and as thick as his current linings. I stopped by his house while he was out yesterday and had checked it out. Took some pictures and some measurements of them. But I thought that I might, if I can make this work, I think actually what I might do is just quilt 2 layers together, and then it will be approximately as thick as his current linings. I have seen that there are like boot lining patterns out there, like on Etsy and stuff like that. But honestly, I'm not sure that they really fit the kind that he wants, because they need to be open at the front so that he can put his foot into it. So because the Canadian boots are, I mean, they have laces. It's not like wellies. So, and the boot lining patterns that I found, they are all meant for like Wellingtons. So they are kind of sewn all the way up, and that's not really going to work. So I mean, I could make them work, I think, but I think I'm going to have to try my hand at making a little pattern and then cut it out from some calico or something, and then just have a go at sewing it together and seeing if it'll work. And if so, I'll cut it out of the wool, and then I will quilt them together and try to make it work. I don't really want him to have like seams inside, so I'm either going to have to, I'll turn around now because I need to get back to my Christmas preparations. But I don't want him to have like seams inside, so I'm either have to going to sort of make it sew it like wrong sides together and then just leave the seams on the outside so that it doesn't hurt his foot. Or the other idea is to maybe just kind of sew them together in like almost like a ladder stitch by hand, so that the two kind of seams will just kind of merge together like that, instead of, you know, having the seam allowance and everything. Yeah. You're having my thoughts as they come, so, you know, please forgive the rambling, but I thought I'd just say them out loud and maybe it'll become clearer in my head as well. Yeah, so I'm going to stop waffling at the moment, I think, and then I'm going to go back to my house and start with the ale, the wrapping, and all of the rest of the Christmas projects. See you later. Bye. Hello again. It is now 6:15. If I look a bit disheveled, it's mainly because I have been a busy bee today. I've been wrapping a lot of Christmas presents and I have been making the ale. I decided to put a little extra ginger in today too, which is why you could see a little bit of powder floating on top. I will sieve that later, obviously. So yeah, that's cooling down a bit now so that I can add the yeast. So yeah, while I'm waiting for that, I thought I would open up my advent calendar from my sister. Today is an even number day, so the calendar from Beyond the Pink Door contains a tutorial today, and it is Andrea herself today, and she's showing us how to smock. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I haven't watched any of her tutorials yet, but there have been some really good ones, or it looks like things that will be interesting. So I look forward to having a proper look at that, but it probably, in all honesty, will not be until after Christmas Eve. So yeah, but let's open up today's advent calendar. It's kind of squishy. No idea what's in here. Is it candy? Yes, it is. Two little ones of Star Mix. So it's soft candy. And I'm looking forward to having those later on. I don't think I'm going to film anymore today because, well, my husband has taken my eldest to her tennis lesson and the youngest to some shops that they wanted to visit. So they are out for the moment, but when they come back, we'll have some dinner. And then I've been saying all week that I want a bath and I haven't managed it yet, but tonight I'm definitely having a bath and maybe a G&T into the bargain. So yeah, I'll wrap it up for today, and then tomorrow is Going to be a very, very busy day because that's the big cleaning day trademark. So I'm not sure that tomorrow's content will be, anything much, to be honest, because I am going to be in rags all day, just cleaning, 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 cleaning all day. So I'm not sure that I'll even bother coming on tomorrow, to be honest. But if I can find any excuse to talk to you tomorrow, I will. Yeah, thanks for following me so far, and see you tomorrow, maybe. Bye.